attack weight, such a huge item here on Talonflame. And here we are, Orangutan, your purple team, Revenant Esports, your orange team, the first game of the World Championships.
Here we go. This bottom path, they're putting pressure. Swifty on that Hoopa, going to try to engage early, and Crowley already level 3, and that's where they were stuck in that game 1. Zexal getting pressure. They have to retreat. Wraith and Airy doing real good on their HP bars as they're looking to contest this Audino.
I will say this looks just like the last match. I mean, so aggressive here from this Hoopa and Aegislash. They're looking to take every bit of experience here and make sure that that Ninetales does not become Ninetales and stays a little Vulpix there as they need to run out and get away from this ice. Oh no!
Wraith is on the chopping block here. Crowley's going to try and find an option, but that's a good little chunk of HP coming back their way, and they're going to be able to stand as KST rolls down and bullies Revenant Esports back into their goal zone.
Ooh, here comes Omen. It looks like for a second there we were about to have a massive fight in that bottom path, but everyone backed off for a second and said, no, hold on, I want this to be a Blissey, I want this to be a Ninetales, let's wait for just a sec. Well,
this Bees are going to be very contested because both teams really want them, and we're going up top here, and Ice is trying desperately to secure to get a Blissey evolve into a Blissey here. Swifty keeps them off of that, and Solo gets chunked by an Astonish as they're bullying them very hard. Swifty doing good, they're kind of caught out. Solo on the chase.
We do finally have a Blissey here for Orangutan, and it looks like one for Revenant Esports as well. Both Hoopas on both sides of the board here doing an excellent job of stopping the other team from evolving for so long. And look at this, talk about stacking that attack weight. There is Omen, that's a stack.
They're trying to chase down Crowley. Crowley's low, is it going to be the Blissey? It does, that hamburger helper mid coming down getting that KO. Zexal's the next one on the chopping block. They get evaporated by the Hoopa Airy, and now they're pushing the goal zone because they're down right now, believe it or not.
Here we go, 4 on 2 in this bottom path. Sword coming in doing some work right here, trying to take somebody out before it needs to back up, and here comes that Talonflame.
Get in there, KST's going to try and retreat. Omen's coming in, Crowley with the support. They're going to chase down Ice. They each get one, and Ice is on the chopping block here. They're trying to pursue them in. They went straight for the score. Omen did. They're going to let him off the hook and let Zexal run in, take the other berry, and now Ice is trying to hold this thing down in the face of 3 by themselves, and they get KO'd, absolutely dusted. You want a bad Omen, you just caught one. That's another KO for the Talonflame.
Wow, huge plays there from Talon. Not only did they get multiple KOs, they also stacked up that attack weight so huge, which is, I mean, for Talonflame, it's one of the best Pokemon to run that held item on. It just means everything it does is going to be so much stronger.
Solo coming through for that opposite central area here as they're trying to posture early for this Dreadnought that's coming in a couple seconds.
Yeah, take a look here. We've got a Dreadnought here in 10 seconds. I mean, it feels like the fighting has been non-stop between these two teams as we see Solo actually scoring here, but they are in a bad spot.
No, they get absolutely dusted, and Dreadnought's going to be on the map. Revenant Esports rotating hard, and they're going to get there first despite the hoop on the other side. They're going to try to melt this thing. They just got to bubble out Ice. Here comes Airy and KST. KST's going to have the ability to try to take it out, but they're going to try and catch a reset here as they get dusted before they get to reset here. Talonflame putting their team on their back, but now Orangutan's pushing forward, and they're trying to find a way in, but they can't. The double A takes it with an absolutely clutch play. The Dreadnought goes to Orangutan, but Revenant Esports is trying to catch the bodies with hard resets all around the world.
Wow, take a look at this, and this fight is still going on. It looks like Sarita's running in here, trying to take the, yes, it's gonna double KO here for Solo, fighting back here at this bottom path. The sword is coming in, just slicing everyone apart. This fight is still going on.
Solo going for the double stunts. KO streak of 2 for the Aegislash. They're trying to work through it as they're trying to put pressure. It's just Nova holding it down.
Whoa!
KO streak of 3 with the big time Unite move. That sword finding 4 heads, 21 Savage.
Wow, what an incredible fight there. You know, Orangutan coming in there with that massive steal. They were able to get that Dreadnought, Wraith on that Aegislash, and after that, they cleaned up that fight. What a huge swing there. It looked like Revenant had that all sewn up.
Great rotation by Orangutan, and it's a 4 on 2, and that's too easy. Zarina taking out their counterpart. Omen with a big Unite catches 2. They're on the backside. Blissey Unite comes through for the save on Wraith. Wraith is going to be able to engage on Exel. Exel's not going to get out. Of course, KO by the Blissey back on them as both players from Orangutan are already working on Rotom, and that's sending that right in the face of Revenant Esports. Orangutan has taken over this game on the back of Dreadnought.
Revenant Esports right now needs to take a second, get their heads back in this game because Orangutan is running away with it. We have another massive fight. They're planning on pushing in this Rotom. We have Unite moves coming out. Hoopa actually bringing the entire team in here. Here comes Sword.
Oh, that Dragonite falling from the sky. That ain't Mary Poppins, baby. They're going to try and do work. KST's coming through. Zarina getting another KO. 4 players now for Revenant Esports. And the only reason the Hoopa isn't dusted is because they're playing in the bottom path.
Wow, what an incredible fight. Orangutan up right now, 324 points to 103. They're up on experience, they're up on objectives. I think they might be in Revenant Esports heads right now because they are running away with this first game.
They already have 2 level 12s, 1 level 11, and the Talonflame is just level 11 side. Zarina getting the big time Unite on solo. They're going to try and KO them before they reset. The Blissey Unite comes through on Nova. Nova's going to try and leverage that. They're chasing down Aerie. This is their time if they want to make a move here. The Dreadnought's so low, the Hyper Beam. Oh, the Talonflame!
Push it away! He pushed the Dragonite out!
The Talonflame takes out the Dragonflame, but it's still Orangutan that takes it off the back of Hoopa. And now the KOs are falling for Revenant Esports. That's so much comeback experience. KO streak of 2 for Crowley. They are carrying this team back into it. Just scratching and clawing their way in, and Revenant Esports is seeing some light, finally, in this dark time.
Wow, what a great fight for Revenant Esports, but you know, no matter what they did, Orangutan still securing that objective. I thought when Talonflame pushed that whole team out, you saw Dragonite's Hyper Beam miss the Dreadnought, but no, Orangutan still able to make that huge secure. We've got Rotom coming up here in 20 seconds. What kind of fight happening right here in the bottom pack?
Use that Bliss Unite while you can. Crowley's low, they get Unite move there, absolutely eviscerated. Solo carrying those eggs, gonna try and convert as the Revenant Esports trying to hold down this goal zone. There's 3-on-3 action here, and now Wraith is trying to go in deep and trying to bubble the team out, and looks like Orangutan says, we've had enough for now, we're getting outskilled. No, Solo's going back in, stomping, and then retreating.
I feel like Solo is just such a scary player right here. He won't leave them alone. He's not gonna let them breathe at all, staying in their central area, and you can see Orangutan right here is able to casually take this Rotom, but we do have Serena coming up here. Nova is not trying to let it happen. We'll see if it can stop this from here. Here's the big Hyper Beam secure.
The Hyper Beam secure is just so strong, and KST being 2 levels up on Nova makes this tough sledding. We're going to glide in. We're going to try and make it happen. Hyper Beam finds its mark, but that retreat from... Oh, here comes Wraith to cut them off and get the big time KO.
Sneaky little sword with a big KO there, and now we have this Rotom walking towards the main base of Revenant Esports. It doesn't look like Orangutan is going to push it towards them, but this is just something they have to commit all of these Pokemon to deal with. Talon, Ninetales, and Blissey are all up there messing around with this Rotom, while Orangutan is around the map getting all the experience they need to win this final fight, which could be coming up here in about 30 seconds.
No surprise that KST is there. Double stomp on the Hoopa to try and keep Revenant Esports from being able to contest this Dreadnought, and Orangutan is looking to take their 3rd Dreadnought of the map.
What? Look at Solo right here. Solo is just spending all their time in the enemy central area. I mean, they know what they want, and it's the experience that Revenant thinks should be theirs. Egg Bomb with the big secure. 15 seconds right now until this Zapdos, and it looks like Revenant Esports is positioning themselves around this here. Orangutan as well. These two teams are very close here. Any moment, this powder keg could set off, and we will have a massive explosion here at Zapdos. We just have the patient waiting, and it looks like we're actually starting the fight here.
Orangutan's trying to start it. Revenant Esports going to look for a big Talonflame, dusts 2 people out, but that Hoopa Unite move is there for Orangutan at that home goal zone. They might all teleport through and go score their points. They take Zapdos anyways, doesn't even matter. Revenant Esports can't buy a bucket if they want it, and now they're just coming through the Hoopa portal, and they're all scoring their points in that middle goal zone. If you wanted a 4-digit lead here by Orangutan, we might be able to find one, as it's 832 to 133. Revenant Esports trying that back cap action. Minute 25 left. It looks bleak.
Wow, I mean, it looks incredibly bleak here, Dupes next. 860 to 213. Orangutan came here to send a message. They are here to win these World Championships, and they have dominated Game 1. We are almost at 1,000 points. This is a statement match for them.
Absolutely statement match. We already know the message Revenant Esports is going to get. You are way behind. Of course, 952 to 219. There is not much that can be done. And we talk about that 500-point threshold. Spraggles, break it down for the folks at home.
Basically, for Revenant to win this thing, not only would every single member of their team need to deposit a full pocket of Eos energy, they need to do it again and again and again. When you're behind by more than 500 points, it's extremely difficult to come back. And Orangutan right here looks like we're just fighting at this point, having some fun, slinging some KOs back and forth.
I like to call it padding the stats. Spraggles, try and get your damage up. Big time KO from Wraith. Why use your Unite move there? Rubbing salt in the wound. They're, like you said, sending a statement early. Revenant Esports, we were wondering what questions they were going to ask, and holy smokes, did Orangutan have the answers.
Yeah, Orangutan is just looking fantastic right now. And like we said before, you really don't know what's going to happen when you get to this world stage, and they're just putting more points in the goal. They want this to be a 1,000-point match. They want this to be something that they can post on Twitter.
Well, they're definitely over 4 digits, and you wanted an absolute hammer time coming through in the game 1. Orangutan from APAC certainly delivered. They're going to be sitting at about 1,100 points-ish.